his upside is tremendous. I mean, he has a chance to be as good as we've had here. I mean, he has the skills, the size, the length. But the thing I like about him more than anything is he's got toughness. He's got a toughness, a competitiveness. He's got a little bit of an attitude in how he plays the game. As far as what the best lineup's going to be, hey, that's why we practice. And we're going to go out there and we're going to see, who wants to be with 5. And we're going to have, like I said, more competition than what we've had, especially last year. Whoever the best 5 are will go. But I think next year we'll have a chance to play more people. I'm pleased with Kalen. I thought Kalen made great strides down the stretch for us. Pleased with Ryan Norton. I think McClain is a guy that's going to be a real factor. I think McClain could probably play either tackle, either guard. To be honest with you, excited about him. I'm excited about Reed Webster showed some progress for us this year. The young guys, Stefano, Guillermo, OJ, those guys. I'm anxious to see where they are. Joe Gore's. Joe Gore's a freshman. And Joe Gore is very, very talented. Again, just mentally getting him where he needs to be and putting it all together. And he's going to get there. He's going to get there. He's going to be a really good one. I don't have any doubts about it. So, Shaq Anthony is a guy that, if he will be committed, he could help us. But he's got to be, more committed on and off the field to be able to compete like he needs to compete. I have no idea what our best 5 will be right now.
Stephon stay in the middle, or we slide to outside, or is it even too early to start discussing this kind of?
Young ask me all them questions when we get to spring. Again, I think he certainly has the ability to play anywhere. But what our best lineup's going to be, I don't know. We're going to see how they work, compete, and we'll line the best ones up. But I do think that same thing. I think we're going to have very, very quality depth and guys that will have the ability to play significant reps, maybe more so than we have at that position, at all 3 positions. So we'll see how it all shakes out once we get out there and start competing. That's Justin Parker coming back. He's healthy and ready to go. We've got Kellen Jones coming off the red shirt. Be interesting to see him get out there. So we'll have a lot of pieces. We've got the pieces. We just got to kind of put the puzzle together.
Last year when you went away, you said you wouldn't close the door on Mike Bellamy coming back. Mike Bellamy will not be back that close.
There's some evaluation errors that are made when we see 4 or 5-star guys not reach their potential for careers.
Just
are there some common ones?
Just human error. I mean, and just it's hard to project certain intangibles. Some guys can have the obvious talent, but then they don't have the work ethic. They maybe lose their edge. I don't know. And then they get beat out by other players. I mean, a lot of that stuff has to do with the media, where they live, how they're marketed by their school or whatever. Tig Willard, I wouldn't take anything from Tig Willard. This guy's an MVP of our team defensively, and heck, from Morris. If you take him and put him at Dorman, everybody in the world probably knows about him and evaluates him differently. All that stuff is just, the key is you have to just believe in your evaluation, have a criteria, and if you're going to get out of that, away from that criteria, there has to be certain intangible that is overriding. And I think we've done a good job evaluating players. Everybody told us the only reason we were signing Sharon Peete was to the only reason we were signing Adam Humphries was to get Sharon Peete. I remember that. That's all you heard. So unfair. That's what ticks me off about some of the stories that get written in the recruiting process, because so much of it is so far off from reality, it's not even funny. And guys get labeled. Adam Humphries was evaluated and taken because we felt like he was a great football player. I have no idea why other people don't like him. I don't know. I can't answer that. I have no clue. Tyler Grisham just finished his 4th year being paid in the NFL, and he had one offer. I don't know why. I have no idea. I can't answer that. You know, Grady Jarrett was a guy that was very lightly recruited, and I don't know why. I just know what we see and what we evaluate, and guys have to fit your system and things like that. I think Adam Humphries had a pretty good little 2-year career here. I think he's done pretty good. And, you know, but you know, that's just all part of the process. People have different opinions. What makes the world go around? You got Republicans and Democrats and Libertarians and Independents and whatever. Everybody sees things totally different. That's just the world we live in. That's perfectly okay. What's important is whatever you believe in. You know, that's what you try to you have. This is what you think. You believe in this guy. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Because ultimately, you're going to be the one held accountable for it. It doesn't matter what other people think. Sometimes a guy's a 5-star, and that's what he is. It turns out that way. I don't know why he's a 5-star. You know, there's a lot of great players that are 2 and 3 stars. Look at the NFL draft. It's just because you have humans, you have people involved, and whenever you have people involved, there's going to be errors and mistakes, and then you're projecting young people. These are young people that change, and all of a sudden you change their environment, you put them in a different environment with 19, 20, 21, 22-year-old guys. Some of them adjust, some of them don't. Some of them take the next step, some of them don't. Some of them lose their focus. They get distracted. There's girls, there's parties, there's you know, a lot of things. There's a lot of good decisions that they have to make in order to take the next step to compete at this level. So, you know, there's a lot of reasons why.
Who's the best evaluator you've been around in your career days, and what did you learn from it?
The best evaluator? I mean, you've been around, I mean, I think everybody in this business, you know, is a good evaluator. If you're a good football coach, I think you know your position. You know what it takes to be successful at that position. You know, but Coach Collins was a good evaluator. He was more concerned about. And he didn't get caught up as much in the position stuff. The position coaches did that stuff. You know, because like for me, I want a position coach to stand on the table with this guy, because he's the one that's going to be held accountable ultimately, and who they bring in here. So I want him to really own his position and be confident about it. And you know, and then we have the checks and balances in place. But, you know, Coach Collins, the guy, he was much more interested in the intangibles. You know, their toughness, their love and desire to play and to work. You know, all those things. Because again, there's a lot of good players. You know, but those, and we have a whole list of those questions that, you know, I won't answer. The intangibles and those type of things that when we go through the process. And trying to make a decision, because it's not an exact science. You're certainly going to make mistakes. We all are going to make mistakes. You know, there's guys that I just said, man, there's no way this guy's not going to be a great player. There's just no way. The guy, I don't know what happened. He came with all. I mean, just all of a sudden, you don't want to go to class, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, and next thing you know, you don't want to compete. And it's just, you know, I've seen guys that I didn't think, I'm like, there's no way. Man, this guy, he's just, he don't care, and then all of a sudden they commit. Something changes. You look up a year later or 2 years later, and really good player. So there's just a lot that goes into it. You know, that's why it's an inexact science, and all it is a projection. But I think the key is to, again, know what you're looking for, believe in what you're looking for, and stick to it.
So Tony Stewart ended up leading y'all in special teams tackles.
Yep.
I mean, in some ways you look at his 2 years, and they've been pretty tough 2 years, but does that say something about kind of how he bought in and his patience and all that?
No, he was just happy to play. I mean, he didn't have 2 years. This is his first year. You know, he didn't really have his senior year. And then he comes in and he's trying to play himself into being ready as a freshman, and he's out. So, you know, and he just barely missed being able to redshirt. I mean, just barely. So he's out for, he really just hadn't played a lot. I think he was just happy to be able to get back to competing and playing the game. And this was a big transition year for him. He needed to be able to do what he did. You know, Tig Willard was hard to get off the field. I mean, the guy's a fifth-year senior, and you know, Carico was another guy that has been very productive for us, another senior. And you know, he was just he had to learn a little bit of patience. So you know, Tony, the thing I love about Tony is he took his situation and made the best of it. You go down there to the meetings, Tony's asking questions, he's writing notes, he's engaged. You come in here in a team meeting, he's engaged, he's into it, he comes to practice, he works, he's on all the special teams, he wanted to do all that, and so yeah, I mean, he's not surprised at all that you know, he led our team in special team practice. Not at all.
Anybody got anything else?
Did you get any grief at home for lifting Janine Edwards up after the win?
No. I don't even remember it, to be honest with you. I don't even
It
remember
was
it.
quite a scene on TV.
I don't even remember it, but it was a lot of fun. You know, you don't get many opportunities to win a game with 2 seconds or 3 seconds left. And you know, again, then you got people running. And, I like Janine though. She's a sweet gal, and they did about 5 of our games this year. I don't know.
Yeah, we were 4-0.
4-0. So hey, it's a reason to hug her right there. She's 4-0.
Somehow Jim Laranade was trained for this.
Okay. All right.
See you, Coach.